St. Kitts, touring the island in a tour bus from P&O cruise in the Caribbean. Boy, St. Kitts, touring the island in a tour bus from P&O cruise in the Caribbean. So I'm trying to fight the evil eye, 'cause I'm in feeling inside. St. Kitts, whoa, St. Kitts.
That's the best of. Well, this is organised chaos, isn't it?
St. Kitts, touring the island in a tour bus from P&O cruise in the Caribbean. Whoa, St. Kitts.
This is my friend, but he discussed it. Like, always on his phone. If you've gone forward, you would be able to get up, but this guy don't come in. You're more black, you know. You're going to go forward now. This guy come. So you make it worse. One of our main money on it today. Like manufacturing, agriculture, service industry, do help a lot with the economy today. Now, we are in the vicinity of Bastia here, which is the main town, the capital, Bastia. It was first the French town. French settlers, they landed here back in 1625 on the island, but down at the north side, at Deer Bay, that's where they landed. But this area was their town, Bastia here. The British, they came in 1623 ahead of the French, and they actually landed on Old Road. That's where their town was, French. Then they moved to this area here, Bastia. It remained today with the same French name as Bastia, our main town and the capital. Now, after the French left the island, as I say, which just came along here, they were just the British being around for all this time. Now, Bastia in the French language, it meant no land. So it still remains with that same French name today. Now the Catholic Church, this behind this brown and grey building, that's the steeple here for the Catholic Church, right over there. Across on the left, between the pink building over on the left there, that's the St. George's Anglican Church steeple. You're going to see it right between the pink building over there. And we'll also travel in that area where you'll see those buildings close up. Our sister island Nevis is more on our right, all the way down on the right, the cloud over the top, way down past the right of that ship over there. That's Nevis Peak over there, Mount Nevis, 3,000 feet in height. So now we had water from where we are here. There was deep water from here, going back. All of this is reclaimed land from this point here. And I must say this block here, yellow block here, Science Complex, whole with the offices, doctors, lawyers, you name it. The radio station there, place to go to take blood tests on different things. The whole bit of business is there. This tree in the middle here, date palm, date tree on the right. Down on our left here, these are almond trees. Almond. Yeah. On the left here, the Pelican Shopping Mall. Then on the right here, this was the movies. They closed just about 21 years ago. There's a new one on the other side of town, which I'll show you as we go across on the west end of town there. On our right here, you have the Inland Revenue area. Inside here. That's where you pay those taxes. Then we have left of us General Post Office. Now this stone structure in front of us on the left, this is the National Museum Center. Used to be in the main gateway into the island before. They had two wooden cranes in the back there with the ships once stopped just behind this building. Up on our right, our Sister Island Navies. Sister Island Navies have a branch here on our right. Across the road, they have the Social Security and other businesses, grocery stores, KFC, a whole bit of businesses there. Then ahead of us here, we call this area the Circus. The green Claxton here is the Berkeley Memorial Claxton. Berkeley, he was a planter here on the island. He was also the Leeward Island Legislative Council first president. So this Claxton was erected here back in 1883 in commemoration of Mr. Berkeley. Normally around the curve here, they have taxis with the yellow plates. Then ahead of us, 4th Street ahead of us here. So this is shopping mall, directly in front of us here now. Local company, bank, the Republic Bank inside here, a whole bit of the businesses along this block. Over on our right, CIBC Bank is on our right here as well. So once we had Barclays, we had Royal Bank of Canada, and they're all gone. So these blocks have been filled with CIBC and the Bank of Navies. We actually take those spaces along the line here. The street we are going on now is called Bank Street. Bank Street. As we go a little further across from Bank Street, up on our left as we go across from this road, this area is called Independence Square. Independence Square ahead of us here. Now this was the old slave market. Here. This was the old slave market. It was back then called Pall Mall Square. Pall Mall Square. But in 1983, the name was changed from Pall Mall Square to Independence Square. 19th of September 1983, that's when we get our independence from England. Now the big shop right in the center up there, straight up the line there, called a Bombas Street, it's origin out of Africa. Straight up ahead of those guys there. Bombas. Then they have the African tulip, this green one here. Big one break down, the young one came up again. Plug going back up here. Bombas Street. Now most of these buildings around the square here had basements, where the slaves were kept to recuperate after the long journey from Africa. Then they were taken into the square here to be auctioned to the plantation owners. It was also the first area where the slaves had opportunity to sell an agricultural product and a Sunday inside here on our left. These two buildings ahead of us, courthouse. Presently they're at another location, they're doing some work on these buildings. Catholic Church above. The Catholic also have a school just in the back here. These yellow buildings in the back on our right here. Cinnamon tree on our left here, this guy's walking, the brown body tree, cinnamon. Warner Park, see those green roof buildings in the back ahead of us there? Those in the back of these in front. Those are stadiums for the cricket and football games. Then on our right here, Co-Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church. On our right. There are 3 more Catholic churches spread around town. This is the main one here. The Co-Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church. And our right here. And they go straight up the road right towards the park. Just a road separating the two structures there. We also have the prison in this red door here. 1840 built prison on our right. 1840 built prison there. Presently they're building a new one on the other side of the island. So this one actually have done its time, maybe doing three times the amount should have been carrying today. I mean it's carrying today. But it should be carrying back then. So So they're building a new one on the other side of the island. These three tombs on the front represent three islands. St. Kitts, Nevis and Anguilla, the white one up on the top, they're more like limestone. But St. Kitts and Nevis is more volcanic. So those are put there to represent the three islands. We were back then associated state. Anguilla did pull away from the state back in 1967. Then St. Kitts and Nevis did go independent in 1983, the 19th of September. Anguilla is still under the full governance of Britain today. Now these trees here on the left with the round leaf, those are the sea grapes. We have bunches of grapes sometimes. Courthouse, these two buildings ahead of us here. Inside this place here, they'll spend about 15 minutes inside on the left here. At Palm Court Garden, you can walk in and nice photos in there, looking back down at your ship. It's beautiful inside here.
That's that one that stripped his bark off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should have brought our towels. Should have brought our towels. Jenga. What the loon? I might. Yeah.
To the big one behind it. The alamanda is this little yellow stuff down below here. Alamanda or yellow bell we call them. And they bloom all year round. Now on the island here we have 18 primary schools, 6 high schools and 2 colleges run by government, which are the Technical College and the College of Further Education.
Sorry, that was me.
That's okay.
I caught it on the way in.
That's no problem. And the right of us is a school here as well, primary. Sugar apple tree, see this one here? These two? Sugar apple. They bear some nice little apples. Sugar apple. The school is in now. From age 5 to 12. Then your main cemetery, the main cemetery here in town is ahead of us here, the Springfield Cemetery, that's what we call it, Springfield Cemetery. And the other side of it over there is a brown roof and white building at the end over there. That's the Governor General residence, Governor's house over there on the far end. Down on the corner here, with the white roof, College of Further Education. After leaving school, folks will go here, further their studies. Now these trees around the perimeter of the cemetery here, it's called the Lignum vitae. Lignum vitae. It's a very hard wood that was used back in the old days for those boats, very vital parts for boats. This wood don't sink easily. They bloom some beautiful purple flowers at times. They're all beautiful when they start blooming. Now our main hospital is across here on the right, but there are 2 smaller ones spread around town. Sorry, around the island, sorry. But this is the main one here in the town for surgeries and all those stuff, the main hospital. So. And all right, Giant France Hospital. It was named from a prominent politician, been around here, was in Parliament for about 40 years. James Nathaniel France. Now coming up on the left here is the Carry Breweries. Here is where we brew and bottle Carry beer, Skull beer, Stack beer, Guinness, Royal Extra Stout, Vita Malt, Giant Malt, Think Grape Fruit Drink, Pear Dweller and Moccasin Stout. They all been done here. Carol Breweries. Up on the right of us now, this area is called Buckley's Site or Buckley's Estate. Here's where they had an uprising back in 1935 for the workers' rights. When the workers marched away from this estate, protest around the island, all of the other estate joined in that protest. We had 2 of the protesters lost their life by one of those plantation owners. All of the islands around who had sugar did the same thing. All of the Caribbean islands did the same thing where they stand out for the right, because it actually started here back in 1935, workers' rights, where England had to send administrators down to start that problem out. Up on the right is the cinema hall and movies. Yeah, so that actually started here back in 1935, workers' rights at Buckley's Estate. Grocery store on the right. Years gone by, you had sugarcane fields on both sides. Just drive through, the road was just in the middle. Now this is a bypass road put in here in 2009. It helped to alleviate a lot of the traffic through Bastia. Instead of going through town, you can take that road and get out on the other side in by the airport area. Along here, grocery stores and other businesses going up along here. All of those houses up there were just sugarcane fields years gone by. So a whole bit of other developments going on. Then on the left here, these birds on the left, the white birds, they're called egrets. Egrets. Just like a nesting ground here for them. These birds love to nest in these trees. But these trees carry some very pointed thorns. So it tends to keep away rodents from the young ones and the eggs. They don't climb these trees. Yeah, finding in the night, the birds actually come back and sleep on the trees there. Yeah, egrets. They love to be around fresh cut land, where they pick up the tick from the animals, like the bee and the animals as well, sorry. And then fresh cut land, they pick up the worms and those stuff. Way up in the mountain up top there, the house way up on the top, the one belongs to the Central Bank, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, all the way up top over the red roof there. That's the bank house there, back on that side. That's where the governor for the bank stayed. But we're going to see the Central Bank on the other end of our tour. On the right here, this is the only 24-hour gas station on the right. The others close either 10 or 11 in the night, but this one's still open. On the left is Ocean Gardens. Up on the right, McKinley Heights. McKinley Heights on the right. This is a university, med school. There are two of them on the island, three universities on the island. There's a veterinary one and 2 of them direct med school. There's one on the other side of town, but there are 2 along here, the veterinary school and this other med school here. So you do have over 3,000 plus students that come to the island here, to these universities out of the US, Canada and Puerto Rico. A lot of you used to come from like Nigeria once. Especially at the Windsor area. All this area here was just sugarcane fields. The majority of the land around the island was covered with sugarcane fields until 2005 when it was closed. Start taking out some of it since in the 80s now, for housing and other developments. On the right here, this photo here, this is a new hospital we should be building here. State of the art smart hospital should be building here starting anytime soon. Left of us, Ross University. It's a veterinary school of medicine here. 40 years. University, the Veterinary School of Medicine. West Farms, along here, West Farms. This was an old sugar place here. Old sugar, great house plantation area here. There were lots of these plantation areas spread around the island. Every estate had its own little refinery area. Said there was over 70 of them spread around the island. Now after the government took over the industry, they built one big sugar factory on the other side of town where all of the cane were transported. They were trained to be processed up until it was closed in 2005. So there's a train track, a rail track, go right around the island. Presently the scenic railway train uses part of it for scenic ride. Now this area here is called Boyd's Village. Boyd's Village. There's some small homes you might be able to see as we go by. They're put up by government, the National Housing Corporation. But these big ones are guys who could afford to go to the bank and set up a mortgage. But they're a whole bit of small, affordable homes were put up by government. They try to assist the low-income owners to own some place. So they built up a whole bit of homes and people pay monthly towards owning them. A couple thousands of them spread around the island. You might pay about $250 per month and about 20 years they own them. Up at the right school here, primary. Bounty Wells Primary School. The blast of a few months there. Church on the right, Anglican. Anglican church on the top. Now the train track had gone through here on the right. But you don't use this side of the island no more for the scenic ride. You use about 3/4 of the island and then bus the passengers back at this side. Yeah, the scenic railway train started using the whole thing first and they cut the ride a little short on the train and bus you the other area back. Plantation great house here. It was destroyed by fire a couple of years ago. A generator blew and burned out a lot of the buildings there. There's a lot of old artifact stuff there. This will take people here and tours. Now the other village we're going to meet over here is called Challengers Village. Challengers Village. These are oleanders. These flowers, oleanders. Now, over here, Challengers, this was the first area where the slaves had opportunity to own land. They were given the opportunity by the plantation owner, Mr. John Challenger. He allowed these slaves to own little blocks along the foothills here. As we go down to the slope of this village, we are going to meet an area there we call Bloody Point. Bloody Point. It was called Bloody Point because of the massacre that took place there back in 1626. It was the British and the French that came up against the Caribbeans who was in the area here. It was said that the Caribbeans were planning an attack on the British down an old road about a mile away. The secret get out by a Carib lady by the name of Barbie. She told Thomas Warner, the British guy, what was up. Then the British and the French get together, launch an early attack on the Caribbeans. Great set because so many of those Caribbeans were killed and thrown over into the gutter down there. must be back in the hill there with the water running down, that the stream actually flow right for days down that area there. So from then on they call the area down here Bloody Point or the Bloody River area. So happened there isn't any other Caribbeans on the island today. Those that had left had actually fled the island and went onward to one or two of the Caribbean islands. Dominica still have a Caribbean reserve area there. And on left here, this tree here, Moringa. On the right, this one that cut off here, mahogany. Yeah, they cut it down because it's breaking up the road and going towards the building. They cut it. So this is the Bloody Point or the Bloody River area here. Normally when you have a lot of rain, the water gush down here heavily for a while from the mountain. So they said it actually flow right for days down the stream. They call this area to the Bloody Point or the Bloody River area. Over here is called Stone Fort. Stone Fort. This area here. So that took place back in 1626. Massacre that took place between the British, French and the Caribbeans. Now, from here we could look across and see the fort. See that mountain over there, that's Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park. We're going to drive up there. Our highest mountain is more ahead of us, straight ahead of us. We'll see it as we go across a little better. Mount Lyamiga, which is 3,792 feet. Used to be called Mount Misery before, but that name would change in 1983 as well, as we get our independence from England. The government decided to change the name from Mount Misery to Mount Lyamiga. Lyamiga was the name given to this island by the Caribbeans. In their language it meant fertile land. So the government decided to put that name back on the island and take away the Misery name, which it will call Mount Misery. The British when they came here, they actually met the Caribbeans here. They call the island St. Christopher. Then a short name down to St.Kitts. Through the pink flowers, they call them the rainfall tree. They drop the leaves and hold with the pink flowers. Bergen Pillars back there. Along here it's called Old Road Bay. Old Road Bay. It's a new road been put in here, just out from the hill. Past 4 years. 4 or 5 years. The road has gone along here, just between here. But we used to have a lot of rock falls and those things from the high section of the hill over here. That people actually lost their life by boulders dropping into the vehicle. So the government decided to give some local contractors here had this job to dress the road out from the hill. All those boulders are from this island here. We have a quarry. We get all these boulders even down at the port.
Sure.
Give me 1 second, please. Then we have the car back in our driving right now. The road itself, which was the first town for the British. Over here is where they landed here back in 1623. Came here 1623. This is where they landed that whole road here. This was the first town. Head of us here, this little block is called Spratnet, a restaurant the guys runs here. In the evening. Wednesday and Friday they have a live band. A lot of people come here to have fun. A lot of lobsters and fish and the grill, whole bit of stuff. The guys does a lot of fishing, so they have a real good time there. So we are now into the old town of Old Road, which was the first town for the British when they landed here, 1623. Stonebridge on the right here, there was no tunnel under the road as it is today, so guys had to walk over those stone bridges to get across the water pouring. A lot of mango trees now getting blossoms on the right, a lot of blossoms. The administration area for the British was on the left here. A lot of old stone walls inside here still. Some of these buildings actually sitting on some of the old stone walls on the right, and the left, sorry. But that was the block there for the administration area. Old Road Fisheries, a fishing complex along here. back here, just behind this building on the left, down this area here, back in 1623, just behind here. Up on the right, you have Methodist Church, 1838 built Methodist Church. 1838 built Methodist Church. We're going to come back down this road from the top, from the batik factory. You have another big stone bridge here. These were put up by solid rocks. Now we have tunnel under the ground so the water passes under. On our way back, we'll go up here at the batik factory. But we're going to go across to Brimstone Hill first. We'll walk crowded up at the batik now. Health Center on the right. Health Center. Then you have Post Office and Community Center on our right here as well. Coming up next to the Catholic Church on our right here. All bit of sheep, guys. Have them running up and down. It should be an offense at time, but some have them loose. On the right, you also have some like ATM cash machine around the road, the Highland Main Road. And get your cash there. While you put it, you get out. Police station is coming up next, on our left here, the blue one. Police station. There's a high school over here, Vought Child's High School up on the right here. There's a ballpark and the school further up. Guava tree on the right here, guava tree on the right. A little bit of fruit trees, you see mangoes, guavas, plum, there's a plum there. Sea grape, coconuts, a whole bit of stuff you see all around the place. And so the guinea tree, this one over the house there. And you have some monkeys in the cage here on the right. Monkeys there. The tree behind it is soursop. In 1623, died in 1648. He was also the first governor here on this island. Okay, if you check up on the right there with this shed with the white legs, the tomb there is Thomas Warner tomb. That's the British settler there. He landed there back in 1623, died in 1648. The church is said to be the first Anglican church that was built here in the West Indies. And that church was built there between 1625 and 1630. There's another tomb above where Thomas Warner is there. Two sheds are hooked to each other there. Thomas Jefferson's great-great-great-grandfather, Samuel Jefferson, he was buried up there as well. But his tomb is more flat to the ground. Thomas Warner tomb is the one project above, under the shed with the white legs. Getting closer to the fort, Brimstone Hill Fortress National Park. Now this is a fort here that was set up here by the British back in 1690. It's now rated as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO National Park. Yeah, a lot of guys put their yachts in here, especially during the hurricane season. They'll be loaded in here, lots of yachts all over the place. They already take them, but 80% of them out. This machine, what they use to lift them in and out from down here on the left.
Oh, right.
Those big blue machine here. Going across the slab there. Out there, bring them across. They have a rail and sail thing start, well, from the train they go there go along here too. I'll stay up on the side no more. There's Brimstone Hill Fortress, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Royal Poinciana, or some call it the flamboyant tree. We call it the Royal Poinciana from the French governor who was around here. His name was De Poincy, so we call it the Royal Poinciana. Something the one about is around here. About a mile long, what's it? Sandy point down below here. If it's not clear, we'll see an island over here, Center Station. And it's a little more clear, down left of it, there's another one by the name of Sabre and Station along here. And going further right of Station, the one that you can see there, we have St. Martin and St. Bart's. So on a clear day, you see 4 islands just outside here, from at the top here. But like it's a bit hazy today, you may only be able to see Center Station, Dutch Island. Station and Sabre, they are Dutch. St. Martin is French and Dutch. St. Bart's is French. Now these trees along here now, these are mahogany trees as well, sir. And the right, mahogany. The right. Over there, they had the hospital there ahead of us, and just behind of it, there was the cemetery close to it there. You're going to see them from the top looking down. Infantry officers' quarters coming further on this side. To the base of this building, you have those arches there. And the top of it was another structure. And down in the bottom, in the valley there, had a tank there still. That had hold over $100,000 of water. So the only catchment was from another structure, and this just before this one was put on, years gone by. The hospital down here, the cemetery down below. Left here is the orientation room. You can go into this first white door and view a couple of minute video there. Get a rundown on the place, and then when you finish, you can go up top at the Fort George Museum. Where we are driving here was the parade ground.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Off the dock they come in waves, map in hand and shades on face, flip-flops beating down the pier, fresh off planes and full of cheer, rum and lime in plastic cups, chasing views and chasing luck, sand stuck bright in open bags, every smile a souvenir tag. They want that sea, they want that sun, they want the day to never run. Coconut stamp, come on, coconut stamp, come on, drop your shoes, take the breeze, lose your plans in the trees. Coconut stamp, come on, coconut stamp, come on, stay till the sky turns cold, let the island take hold, take hold. Taxi horns at the market gate, kids sell shells and they can wait, tour buses crawl by the beach, everybody wants that reach, camera up in another pose, salt on skin and sunburned toes, by the bar where the waves crash near, they find one more cold beer. They want that sea, they want that sun, they want the day to never roam. Coconut stamp, come on, coconut stamp, come on, drop your shoes, take the breeze, lose your plans in the trees. Coconut stamp, come on, coconut stamp, come on, stay till the sky turns gold, let the island take hold, take hold. One more dance by the shore, one more laugh, then they want more. Moon comes out on the tide, still they won't leave the ride. Coconut stamp, come on, coconut stamp, come on, drop your shoes, take the breeze, lose your plans in the trees. Coconut stamp, come on, coconut stamp, come on, stay till the sky turns gold, let the island take hold, take hold.
Just step there. More steps. Stairs to the gun deck. There's a Well, that's very health and safety, isn't it? If that was in England, it will be barried off. It looks like there's stairs going back down over there. Yeah, you can if you reckon. Yeah. Steps are a bit wet here. Oh. There we go, display room. You must be hot.
St. Kitts, touring the island in a tour bus from P&O cruise in the Caribbean. Boy, St. Kitts, touring the island in a tour bus from P&O cruise in the Caribbean. So I'm try to fight the evil eye, 'cause I've been feeling sad. St. Kitts, whoa, St. Kitts, touring the island in a tour bus from P&O cruise in the Caribbean. Wait, no one know what it can gun, but no can no web gun do when you feel on your feet. Really before you wine and a boat and feet, and one that was still got a year. St. Kitts, touring the island in a tour bus from P&O cruise in the Caribbean. Whoa, St. Kitts, touring the island in a tour bus from P&O cruise in the Caribbean. So I try to fight a need for life, just I feel inside.
So these are just some old ruins here, the old sugar refinery area. Now, this estate had once belonged to Thomas Jefferson's great grandfather, Sam Jefferson. And these mango trees are driving under the Julie mango. Now, these iron pots are what they used back then to boil the sugar into, those big iron pots up there.
Oh yeah.
Bubbly. And in those boxes, that box there, there's a cotton tree. Back then they grow cotton, tobacco, the sugar, and a whole bit of rum around here.
Yeah.
So those iron pots were placed just on the top like that structure. They come along there, there was pots above where the bottom of the pot project down the building. And down where the building, there's a hole there we push the wood inside to drive the fire from there. Part of our room distillery is over on this side over here. But this was the fire terminal here and all that. Yeah. Those barrels similar to what they used back then to ship the rum out of here into up to England and those places. They roll them on to the shores and to the boat. Wooden barrels. So there does a rum tour here. There's different thing here to organize those kind of stuff. The whole road rum. Part of this distillery was in the ground here. Guys, we went up to the mountain to rainforest. There's a zip line up there as well.
Is that the only way back down? We've all got to do it, haven't we?
Now this is a different thing. He does a different tour.
You say free run, maybe you run into it. Drinks on you.
Okay. There are natural springs in the hills. You get a lot of water. Around the whole island there are natural springs. But we still have some wells that back up during the real dry time. So the pipe run across the gutter even here. That from the catchment in the hill, come down. So this is just like the outskirts of the rainforest. Up on the top where we're gonna go is where the Great House was. That Great House was destroyed by fire in '95. It was back then called the Red House during the time of the owner. The guy who built it first was the Indian chief, Tegraman was his name, Tegraman. And they called the house the Red House, but he actually lost his property during the massacre that took place here back in 1626. Then went down to different owners. Jefferson's, the Romneys, whole bit of different names. Then now it's a batik factory here. Palms you see here, these are the Bismarck palm. So they originate out of Madagascar, Bismarck. Those grey ones. The green tall one is the royal palm. Now, we're gonna get out here where we have another 25-30 minutes the most.
Just a second, just let him go ahead with the career. He got his paper.
So Snow Mountain, only start to slow we have here. This we could access this one. On the mountain. So go down on this side, hold on careful. As we go down,
Hello, welcome.
foxtail palm, left nose down here, check the shape of the leaf. Traveler's palm and the fan palm on the right. So go right down, hold careful on the railing. And then you come back through here on your way back. the old bell tower, you're going to see it in the hills. You'll have it an old bell and those plantation time. And you'll be back out to the city. Go down that way and then you'll be back. You'll be back and be back.
We'll lose our party if we don't do that.
You're never gonna fight two pieces exactly the same. They're all unique. So masterpiece 5 colors 9 days work. And that piece went from the system to the wall here. From trace all the way across to final color. The more colors the longer it takes. But I'm genuine that it's same on both sides. There is no right or wrong side. And that is the batik is done. Any questions you have? If there are no questions, feel free to look at one of the notices and purchase. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those are cushion covers. And you get just the empty case to go with.
One the hat, don't forget the hat and the hat. Very Kitts. One size fits all. As well. Do we need to try it on? Can you try the shirt on?
Nice, isn't it?
They got pineapple hats in Spinner.
You're the pub crawl.
Yes.
Well, we got to try it all, haven't we? You know, might as well
They
get,
would love to, wouldn't it?
might as well get drunk before we get onto the boat.
Just get one punch. Oh,
That sounds good.
Do you want a copy of receipt?
Nah, don't worry, it's on the phone anyway. Thank you.
All right, darling, thank you very much.
Quite interesting.
Is a sour sap tree to the first tree here, sour sap. And then this other one leaning this way, the longer leaf custard apple. Seeds drop and they just go around here. It's a national flower, seeds drop and they go up on their own. Then you have cassava, these stick stuff here.
Yeah.
Cassava. Just have to put a piece of stick in the ground. That's about, you cut a piece about 12 inches and you just push a piece of it in the ground and grow. Then you pull up at the root to get cassava at the root right there. Avocado tree, the one in the middle here. Mango. Mangoes on both sides. Sour sap tree all behind this breadfruit tree. Train track overhead.
Is that the bit that's still used or not?
No, not on this side of the island.
Right.
They
Oh, right,
use 3/4 of it on the other side.
Oh, right.
Bus the passengers back this side. Custard apple tree, this one on the right. I have some young ones here. Put it on and red when they're ready to ride. They get soft and in this side they have some seeds, but nice soft pod really sweet. Cashew nut tree, the first tree here behind the coconut tree. Then maraca tree, the tall green one. Avocado right to the end, the one around on the top of the end. A lot of fruit trees will be around.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice to go to the garden, pick a bit of fruit? That's it,
Yeah.
right? So you're lucky to get some apples growing up.
Yeah.
Or cherry size.
I think our cherry trees haven't given any fruit.
That's the Marriott Hotel, but on the front of it, the lower one in front here is Royal St.Kitts Hotel. It's just a road separating them across. Royal St.Kitts and the Marriott Hotel. Side they have restaurant, condos, hotel, the grocery store over there in front of the Marriott, pharmacy, Hard Rock Cafe, little businesses along here. Was put in here about 38 years ago. Before then you had to either hike over the hill or you go around by boat. There was no vehicular traffic through here. Now you have another 9 miles go to the end of the island. You have the Park Hyatt Hotel down there, and you have a big mega yacht marina, a whole bit of businesses along there. Now back then there was nothing as such going on down there. There were just two little buildings. They were both fed from the town, the little resort buildings. That's where the Park Hyatt is today. Back, yeah.
When the deal is done, you got to go in. When the holding, when the falling, knowing to run, you never count your money. While sitting at the table, giving time enough for counting. When the deal is done, you got to know when to hold. Let's go. Know when to hold up. That's right. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. You never count your money. While sitting at the table, giving time enough for counting. There we go. When the deal is done, I say you got to know.
running out of breath. But you need to be able to breathe properly for that one. Good guide that one today.
It was. Lots of stock.
It wasn't rushed.
No, it was different.
I know you didn't get a lot of time, but half an hour at each stop.
And it's
Yeah. It's funny seeing Christmas trees up at this time of the year.
yeah. Jump on. Jump on. I can hear you. Campbell, come and you do.
Let's go fishing.
No, I was going to say it'd be cool much.
X5. This one X4. The first one, after 1 month, they released X5. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, you're the second person that's said that.
After I buy this one, they released X5. It's more better.
What do you think?
This one is better.
Oh, it's the picture quality.
It's more on features. Right?
Yeah.
Unlike this one.
Oh, good.
But for me, it's okay. Next one. They are table.
Which one do you want? That one. Yeah, we're on that one.
Ah, yeah. I hear that.
As well.
I did.
Two.
Sorry, mga. Magic carpet house. Yung unang sa pumunta. Still got your long stick out.
Oh yeah,
Stickman.
yeah,
We had a good day.
yeah, brilliant.
You
What have you
head back?
done? You just been in or have you?
No, we've been out and back in the evening. We did. What did we do today?
Is it like a bit of a scenic tour along the road to go to the house to visit, which was nice. But we finished at 12 o'clock there, so.
And by months. Walk out again. Right. Okay. Okay. We had a beach as well.
No, not the base today, but it was
Yeah. No, not a diamond. Flag. Oh, just a flag.
Just like one of the hardest.
Yeah, we went to that fall, didn't we? Oh, yes. It was like
Way.
yeah.
yeah.
It was quite good, but somebody quite a trek up.
Please don't tell me somebody had a turn.
Yeah, somebody that's
You seem to bring that
I
one.
know, follows me everywhere. Somebody had a tumble at the top.
Oh dear. Right, okay.
But you weren't on our couch,
It wasn't on our coach.
Oh, no, but still, it's a whole drama then, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right.
Suitcase on the floor, cabin card in hand. You and me, we board P&O gold band. Salt on the rail, wind in my shirt. Morning by the pool, evening in a skirt. Take me past the line, past the common day. I can hear the drums calling us away. Caribbean cruise, Caribbean cruise. You got me dancing in the blue. Caribbean cruise, Caribbean cruise. One more day, I'm stuck on you. Caribbean cruise, Caribbean cruise. Lemon on my plate, rum in the glass. Bare feet on the deck, watching island pass. You leaning close, laughing at the view. Every port we touch feels made for me and you. Take me past the line, past the common day. I can hear the drums calling us away. Caribbean cruise, Caribbean cruise. You got me dancing in the blue. Caribbean cruise, Caribbean cruise. One more day, I'm stuck on you. Caribbean cruise, midnight on the sea, stars above the mast. Hold me by the hand, make this feel